Hi guys, welcome back to From Head to Toe. It's me, Naomi Smalls, and I'm going to be breaking down All Stars 9, Episode 10, the LALAPARUZA. Let's get into it. Up first, the Queen of Drag, RuPaul. Ru is doing a fuchsia beaded Maryland gentlemen prefer blondes scarf, but behind the neck, open chest line, sleeveless moment, but make it hoochie. I like this like darker blonde on Rue. It's not 613, not brunette. It's just like right beforehand. It's like a level 7 toner, golden blonde toner. It's such a wig, like tedious thing to point out, but I love a lifted root. I just think it looks like you just came out of the salon. Like they put the like volume at your root and round brushed it out. If you are an owner of, I'm sure, 12 million blonde wigs, cut that bang. So it looks less just like comb over and you still have like when you're doing like this like Maryland moment, you kind of need a little bit of a trim in the bang for it to like get that perfect S instead of like S for the hair girls. But I love this dress. I love this look. I love the classic inspiration because I feel like I do this all the time. I'm trying to take a note from something classic and regal, but make it hooch. And I feel like Rue has made it hooch. And I love this combo of makeup, dress, hair. What's her shoe look like? Don't remember, but hooch. This week there is no guest judge. If we're gonna call someone a guest judge since they're sitting on the panel, it is Baby Oiled the House Down Bruno, who is rolling the balls, picking the balls, carrying the balls, and sitting on the judging panel. These are looks that the girls have to move in. These are looks that the girls can't like be finicky about. I mean, with drag, we are like covered in like double-sided tape and safety pins, and it needs to be something that can withhold a cartwheel or withhold like walking from point A to point B without having to like rely on a safety pin to keep everything up. So these looks, it's really hard to like talk about them extemporaneously without keeping that in mind. These are not their highly elevated looks. These are their it's time for business looks. Angeria, it's time for business. Angeria is in the Coming to America pony and the black velvet with the mesh cutouts and the AB stones throughout. It's full coverage. It's not gonna stress you out. When I'm on stage and I'm wearing all black, I try to switch up the hair color just to have like something pop from like wide for the people in the back of the club who can't see. Like they should at least be able to feel like it's not just like a blob of black. It's like a fierce hair color with some black. That hair color is just gonna look even more fierce when it's against the contrast of black. That's just me. Okay, up next, Gottmik. I love this Gottmik look. I think that there's something about a barbed wire, or even like to rewind to like episode 1, the like mace, something sharp and angular and silver and clear crystal, just like against black screams. It could be worn on Gottmik or Gottmik's aesthetic. I feel like this look is perfect for this. It screams I'm ready to lip sync since it is basically a leotard. She doesn't look like she's like showing up ready to work. She looks like she's going to work and keep it cute and keep it cunt and keep it kismet. It makes sense. Vanjie is the lost member of the Pussycat Dolls here. I love Vanjie's aesthetic of like mixing a bunch of separates together. I had no idea what she was wearing underneath this at all, which we have to like make some praise for when you can't clock the reveal before it comes out. Vanjie looks just like Rue, a hoochie mama tonight. Underneath Vanjie's look, she's wearing all these like neon lace lingerie stacked multi-layer like bra on top of bra. It gives me very Britney. The hair gives me very Britney. Vanjie, I feel like she somehow did a blowout before coming out that really like lasted in the hair. And I feel like Vanjie is just one of those drag queens where it's like hard not to be like, bitch, that's a woman, because she thinks about it all. And I love girls like that. Oh, the ass also looks insane. I don't know how she's doing a tuck with a thong, but the girls who know how to do that, please teach me your ways, because like bending over or shaking it and twerking it, I would just be like so nervous of like that clear tape shine that the camera can like super magnify, or just anything honestly just coming out that I didn't want to, which it's a hassle, but it looks so right with the right ass. And Vanjie, you have the right ass. Up next, Chanel. Chanel is in a Evangelista rooted 27 moment that is sprayed to the gods, is not moving. That's the head. Now let's work down to the toe. She has like this like beaded fringe. I don't know if it's beaded fringe or if it's like that like fringe that's like sequin that kind of gives the illusion of beaded fringe. I only say that because beaded fringe is such a manual, extensive moment that you normally see beaded fringe on a costume that someone like really cares about, but you can tell that the base of this costume is like stretch and has this like metallic, too tan for her skin nude illusion with like, I think there's like rhinestones on top of the nude illusion, which like a visceral reaction when I see that. I do enjoy the classic look of this, of like the wide. When I get in, that's when I'm really breaking it down from head to toe. She's wearing the strappy shoe. I think I mentioned it earlier. Mark my words, this is the Chanel shoe. And I understand it. When your shoe is in a cage, you just feel like you can do anything. And then when your toes are out, you could really do anything. It's just comfort, stability, and I love that she shaves her legs. Up next, Roxy Andrews. Roxy Andrews said, for this runway, you're not gonna stress me out. This reminds me actually of on my season of All Stars 4, because we didn't know that we had to do a runway for the LALAPARUZA. So Trinity, the Tuck Taylor, she came out like in her like choir robe and she just like did the runway in her choir robe because she didn't want to reveal to the judges her tuck-tastic panty bikini type of underwear bottom just yet. Roxy, I feel like, was like, I'm not gonna show the judges what I'm wearing underneath this. I'm just gonna do it in my reveal and save that moment for saving that moment. Honestly, I feel like I totally understand both sides of it, where you're like, want to take advantage of the runway, but you don't want to show the judges what you're wearing underneath. I feel like I would probably go in the Roxy Trinity lane for this, because for this runway, the girls are standing on the stage and you can't really pounce the runway straight down and tee and then back. What's the point of really being cunt? So Roxy in this like Catherine Delish bedroom, marabou trimmed, teal turquoise moment is a cover up for a lip sync. I feel like this is a classic Roxy, like slingshot, like V-neck down to as far as she can go, and panty with like a hip detail caressing the butt. I feel like this is something that Roxy has gravitated to in the later years, and watching her put these like opera length gloves on is such a gag, because if I'm ever doing this, I'll try and get like a hair tie. We're moving our arms so much, especially when performing and grabbing dollars and everything like that, the elasticity just starts to slip, and then you have a scrunch glove. I will try and find like a hair tie that's the same color and like put it at the top and then like kind of like fold over to try and hide that. Roxy is, since she's a fucking gangster and she's old school, she will take that can of spray adhesive, spray around her like top arm, and then let that dry a little bit, let it get tacky, and then put the opera length glove like literally on top and like hold it in place, so it's just like glued to her skin. Gangster, hardcore, couldn't be me. And that's, I mean, I'll spray adhesive stuff to my chest and whatnot, but like, I'm trying to think of the longevity of that glove. You know what I mean? Up next, Nina West. Nina West is definitely serving like animated, definitely serving for children could be hired for like a birthday party type tea. If Nina West wasn't doing the LALAPARUZA right now, I'm trying to think like what song would come to mind for this look. I'm just getting like ribbit, 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 ribbit. I don't know what about this look screams like pond, frog, adjacent. Maybe that is the ribbit that's coming to mind, is the glamour toad, ginger minge type of aesthetic. That aesthetic to me is a question mark. And I'm woman enough to say, I don't understand it. Up next, Georgette. Georgette came to play. Georgette honestly is someone for this that I would revere and probably not want to lip sync against, just because they have such an amazing track record and like ability on stage. She's very comfortable, she's very fluid, but I love that she didn't just put on like a stretch bodysuit from AliExpress and knew that her talent would do all the talking. She is in a rhinestoned, strategically corseted moment with the gloves, with the boot, that all makes sense together. I love this hair. I know she's like a fan of those like multi-layered, chopped, synthetic kind of blowout moments because it's such good dance hair, but I feel like her confidence in the competition and her confidence of lip syncing, she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I'm guessing is human to the butt, which is such a dedication to do. Like on my season of doing the LALAPARUZA, human to the butt, yes, but like I knew I needed the control of like the bobby pins clipped away from my eyelashes or else I would go insane. So Georgette just gets points for that. Up next, Plastique. Plastique, okay. The moment she turned the corner, I was like, holy shit, this is my friend. Like, I recognize this bitch. Plastique has done this entire season with platinum hair and frosted face and so much white and like blue contacts, and she has really tapped into this competition. So to see the girl who I knew before this competition walk onto this runway again, I'm like, oh, there she is. There's a small crease. There's no crease. There's the black hair, side part, just like freshly fucked. This cutout is so pleasing. She looks cinched, she looks right. And this is similar to Georgette. Like, yes, it is a dance costume in a way, but because it's so well done in such a like clean moment, you don't get like lazy dance costume. There's lazy dance costume like scuba diver, and then there's cunt dance costume like Plastique. All right, my favorite look this episode, definitely Vanjie. I feel like Vanjie's execution of coming out in a look that you have no idea what the reveal is underneath it, and then the reveal being something so like polar opposite but still makes sense and just custom for Vanjie is like another slam dunk. I mean, also once you see that ass, everyone else go home. Yeah, and Vanjie's not wearing some black ride or die, reliable, could be covered in stains and we never know costume. Vanjie is bright and separate and styled, and that's how you do it. All right, from head to toe is coming to an end. Well, at least for All Stars 9. We only have 2 episodes left. Who's gonna take the crown? Who do you want to win? Who should be eliminated if this was actually an elimination season? Leave it in the comments because, it's almost over. There's still so much more to break down. All the lip syncs plus the top 2 lip sync against each other with 2 new looks. I love that they probably bullied production into letting them change, and rightfully so. Tune into the Patreon to get my full thoughts on that. Patreon.com/Naomi Smalls.